This is my vow. This is my vow.
Hello, lovely people. Hopefully you are having a good day. Hopefully my microphone is working okay because it wasn't a second ago. And anyways, guys, thank you so much for this windy day. Thank you so much for safe travels and the opportunity to serve. Please help illuminate the path for us all. Help us to find ways that we can serve others and uplift ourselves and others. Help us to raise this contested world into higher heights. And in the name of Elohim, I pray. Amen. Today on the Nasarean calendar, it's a little bit easier for me to control over here. Cool. So today is Family Day, and the prayer is our God and Goddess, immanent and transcendent, send to all your angel of peace. To my family and friends, send your angel of love. If you haven't talked to your family lately, definitely send them a message. It's really easy, especially for me being so far away, to, out of sight, out of mind, and kind of lose contact, not be as close with my relatives and yeah, so I definitely try to focus this day and send some energy towards those relationships. But our friends and family are not just our friends, but they're the people that or like not just our family, but the people that we're in contact with, the people that we live with, the people that we work with. Finding peace in different ways to cohabitate and coexist with people is really important, and what this day is about. So, I wanted to read a message along those lines. I'm actually in the back of Sadie right now, this beautiful Jeep. And I am helping, I came up to Florence to help move Priestess Michelle. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share a little message from the Holy Megillah, the Nasarean Bible of the Essene Way, translated by Dave Greenleaf and available at essene.org. In chapter 13 of the Nazarean book of Genesis, the dove and the lamb are communing with Abdiel, the son of Eve and Adam, and they are outlining the way, telling him the way that the Nazarean priesthood would work, telling him how all the communions would be, telling him how the Nazarean calendar works. So in chapter 13, it says, yea, the first candle illuminates the Makashaba Gadola, which is the great purpose of our priesthood. Lo, the great purpose is revealed in the Mehaza Gadola, the great revelation. For the great revelation reveals the dangers of the great freedom, yea, and the need for the hands of mercy, which are the hands of Christ. And the hands of Christ, yea, even the feet of Christ, is the Nazarene. For the Nazarene is the body of Christ. Behold, the purpose of the Nazarene is to do the work of Christ. For the Lord and Lady need hands and feet in every world, wherein is pain and anguish. And the work of Christ is to save souls. Yea, to save them from the snares of Satan, but also to save them from their own unwise choices within the great freedom. Wherefore, it is the words of the great revelation that reveal the great purpose. So let them who accept the Bahir Shabbatayim, when they gather as a kahila or a congregation, recite the psalm of the lamb and dove, which is a portion of the great revelation. And that psalm is this. Shift around here and maybe not hold this with my. Okay. Behold, at the beginning of the mother ovum, in the awareness of the consequences of the great freedom, Jaja anointed Jade and Jana with the water of life, which is the tears of Jaja, which are tears of compassion. Yea, these tears were shed because Jah and Jala so loved the world that they gave their only begotten children as hands of mercy, which are Christ Messiahs, even knowing that they would be crucified again and again repeatedly and in diverse ways upon the countless crosses of countless realms and worlds of endless space and time by those who, within the context of the great freedom, would make unwise choices, resulting in fathomless pain and sadness, resulting in the merciful intervention in the darkness of ignorance by the word and breath of mercy, which is the Lord Christ and Lady Christ. Lo, the water of life is the tears of Jaja, which are the tears of compassion shed not only for Jade and Jana, but for all beings who will ever experience pain for any reason, deserved or not, in all the realms and all the times of fathomless duration within the mother ovum. Yea, but the tears of Jaja are also tears of joy, shed in the awareness that the great pain of evolution will be transcended by countless beings who, over the course of fathomless duration, will pierce ovum after ovum, eventually piercing even the mother ovum, joining Jah and Jala in heaven most high as friends, co-workers, and playmates, and joining Jade and Jana as Christ Messiahs for the salvation of all sentient beings. Yea, behold, your new family, a family of priests and priestesses, which is the Nazarean priesthood of the Essene Way of the Lord and Lady. In countless worlds, our priesthood has been called various names in the diverse tongues of the peoples. But whatever the tongue, the meaning is the same. We are Nazareans because we lift up the distressed unto holy resurrection in spiritual ascension. And we are Essene because we are healers of body, mind, and soul. I love the whole creation story in the Megillah. I mean, I love like all of the Megillah, but the whole creation story and how it talks about Yah before even creating anything, just thinking, pondering, going over countless ways, all the different ways of creation, and ultimately came up with this masculine and feminine, the dance that is those two, the beauty that that is, creating in all of this, prevalent in all of creation. And in that in that time where all of these things were being contemplated, you know, they understand, Jah and Jala, that the downward spiral was going to be actualized, that all this stuff was going to happen. And I love how it just says that they already knew all this stuff, and they shed their tears of sadness, but also shed the tears of joy in knowing that the eventual salvation for all beings will come. And yeah, I really love that. So I wanted to share that with you today because I literally drove up to Florence to be the hands and feet of Christ. I am actively wanting to be a helper. I love helping people in general. And the Megillah talks about, you know, if you haven't figured out your specific holy work yet, then look for ways to help. There's ways that we'll just gradually or naturally be walking out in the world and we see something that's going on and helping. But there's also more proactive ways of spreading kindness and doing things, actively seeking to help others. What just popped into my mind was even going on like local group forums and saying, does anybody need any help with whatever different things that you might be able to help with without asking anything in return. So just different ways that we can be the hands and feet of Christ, not just in spreading the message and actually sharing the truths and the message of salvation and all of these different things, but actually just, hey, do you need your windows cleaned? Do you need your lawn mowed? Do you need something, right? And just actively helping because you want to help, not expecting anything in return. And I think, well, I know that the world would be a lot better place if we all just did that. So kind of what I wanted to encourage you with today. I'm going to check out the live chat before I run back in because I literally was in there helping move some furniture and I'm like, I gotta go do my live stream real quick. So Yeah. Dandy says, I love the musical intro. I plan to play that one on the way out as well. It's called My Vow by Blair Francis, and it is online on YouTube in various different ways. I'll probably get a little copyright thing on my video just because that's how YouTube works. If you ever see any ads or anything on my videos, it's because I'm using their music or whatever. I don't make any money off of any of my videos or anything. So, hey Kyle, how's it going? Kyle says, I hope the weather is better there than here. It is definitely really windy. Thankfully, it doesn't snow here, which was really nice. This place that, well, I don't really want to give out details, but some people that don't have cars and live here um, transport in different ways, and I got to talk to them and get to communicate that it doesn't snow. So getting around town is fairly easy, and it was cool. I was thinking this morning of the transport system or the bus system that they have in Grand Haven, Michigan. I lived there for a while, and basically you could call them and tell them, like, if you had an appointment, you tell them that, or if you just need to be there and you're going shopping or something, and they'll come wherever you are. So that'd be really, really nice to have that kind of a system in all of the towns, but especially in like older towns like this, where mobility is often an issue for people when they can't drive, any of these different things. But yeah, I thought it was a really cool way of the way that they did it, just not having a specific bus stops, but you just call us and we'll pick you up literally right there at that address. And yeah, it was really nice. It was inconvenient though, because if you had to be at work at 5, you had to call so early, and then you might get picked up an hour early and then dropped off an hour early, or you might get picked up an hour early and dropped off 5 minutes early. And like, yeah, that was not fun. I definitely feel for people that don't have transportation and that take the bus or all of these different things. Like, yeah, it's not a life that I would wish on anybody. And I definitely think that it would be beneficial to be more active in riding our bikes and walking and stuff, especially with, I don't know, there's just a bunch of different factors of the auto industry that are not beneficial to our world in general, whether it's emissions or, I'm not saying any like thing in specific, but I'm just saying a lot of the different things, right? Um, yeah. But anyways, I really do appreciate the convenience of cars and being able to travel. I'm like almost 5 hours north of Mount Shasta, and well, first of all, if I had to rely on public transportation, I wouldn't have agreed to come. But yeah, it makes it able to come here and serve. So that being said, I'm gonna jump off here and serve after I say hi to everyone else in the chat. David, he says that doing the work of Christ is saving souls from Satan. Amen. Healers of body, mind, and soul. Nazarene, because we lift up souls to heaven above. Absolutely, I love that, and it's really funny, especially as a flat earther, and in so many different ways. As when we start awakening, and then we'll like come to something, and then like come back around to it eventually. And I'm just thinking of different ways, but especially like the demonization of NASA. It's just really funny because we're like, just everyone's so anti NASA, and then I'm like, I'm a Nasarean. Oops. But yeah, not a surprise that they would take the act. I mean, the Nazareans existed long before NASA did, right? So it's not really a surprise that they would take that and demonize it and try to paint it in a bad light, and especially something so beautiful, right? We lift those in despair up to higher heights of consciousness, existence, consciousness, and bliss. And it could definitely be a struggle and all of that, but the spiral dance upward is the only dance worth dancing, as Christ said. That was a paraphrase, but yeah. And Kyle says gratitude for your own vehicle. Exactly. Yeah. And just trying to be more gratitude, more full of gratitude and appreciative in general. And yeah, especially in times when we might be lacking or struggling or any of this stuff. Definitely personally trying to be more grateful and just thanks for the little things. Thank you that I woke up this morning. Thank you that I have the opportunity to serve and the food on my table. Just the little things. So. Hey Kyle. Oh, Kyle says I rode a motorcycle as my daily driver for 2 years. Many rainy days. LOL. So grateful for my truck and a windshield. Oh my gosh, yeah, especially in the rain. That does not sound very fun. My dad had, well, he still has, I think. Maybe not. I don't know actually. But my dad had a motorcycle, and I loved to like ride with him and all that kind of stuff. He got in an accident, and like a dog or something was chasing him, and something happened with his. I think he broke his collarbone actually, and in the hospital, I was like, "Can I still get my motorcycle license? This might be bad timing," but I never actually went through with it, which is probably a good idea because I'm still here. I have a little bit of a need for speed, and I like the adrenaline rush, and so yeah, probably best for me to stick to roller coasters and four tired vehicles for the time being. All right, I'm gonna go and help Priestess Michelle finish up moving. And then also today afterwards, I am gonna get to go to the Mother Temple and help package envelopes. I'm so excited. It's so nerdy of me to be excited about that, but like I'm excited. I love to help and also love like secretarial type stuff. I'm gonna get to like label envelopes and all this kind of fun stuff. So really looking forward to that. I hope that you were able to take something from the message today. I love how in depth even it talks about how the way of creation was contemplated for so long, and how just even thinking of the intelligence behind that. It wasn't like a rush to go and create. It was how is the best creation? What's gonna make the most beautiful creation? Oh man, we gotta read the creation story and when Yah becomes Jah and Jala, because oh man, it is so beautiful. Maybe I will save that for tomorrow. Actually, let's plan for that. Tomorrow I will read that part to you and we'll kind of discuss it because it's so cool. All right, I hope that you have a wonderful day. I will talk to you tomorrow at noon. May God and the God's bless you. I will see you soon.